Frasca. I'm currently a senior community health education major at the University of Scranton, and I am also currently interning at MetLife Health Fitness. So today I'm going to give you a presentation on the importance of iron deficiency and give you a little brief rundown of what the keto diet is. So to begin, what exactly is iron deficiency anemia? So iron deficiency anemia is a common type of anemia in which the blood lacks healthy red blood cells. Iron is an essential nutrient, and the recommended dietary intake for men is 8 milligrams per day, and for women it is 18 milligrams per day. An image I have here shows the normal blood cells. It's very adequate and healthy, and someone who has an anemia, lacking a lot of healthy red blood cells. So the signs and symptoms for iron deficiency are extreme fatigue, weakness, pale skin, chest pain, fast heartbeat, cold hands and feet, which I actually found in my research to be one of the most common symptoms for iron deficiency. But obviously all of these signs and symptoms can apply to other illnesses and diseases, but you should definitely consult your doctor about these just to make sure that you definitely have an iron deficiency and not something else. The prevalence of iron deficiency anemia is highest in women and infants. Women, because blood loss during menstruation cycles in women are in general are at the greatest risk for iron deficiency. Children need extra iron during their growth periods. If your child is not eating a healthy diet with adequate amount of iron, it is recommended to have those levels tested. In my research, I also found that vegetarians are actually a group of people who are at high risk to develop iron deficiency anemia because they do not consume a lot of meat, which is a prime resource for iron. And then down here, the bottom here, I kind of have some iron-rich foods that are not meats that will further enhance vegetarians' intake of iron. So the diagnosis of iron deficiency anemia can be found from your regular blood test, which tests your red blood cell size and color. And in that blood test as well, it also tests your hemoglobin levels. Lower than normal hemoglobin levels usually indicate an anemia. Some treatments. So to begin, your doctor will first recommend to gradually increase your iron intake for a couple of weeks, and then probably have a follow-up in like 1 to 2 weeks just to see where you kind of stand and see if anything has changed. But if that doesn't work, then your doctor may suggest adding iron supplements into your daily diet. And iron tablets actually will have a better effect when taken with vitamin C, such as orange juice, so vitamin C improves the absorption of iron into your blood. So common sources of vitamin C could be broccoli, leafy greens, oranges, strawberries, peppers, tomatoes, and grapefruits. And then now I will just give a brief overview of what exactly the keto diet is. But before I do, I just wanted to state that before starting or even thinking about the keto diet, it is definitely strongly suggested to please consult your dietitian or your physician, because the keto diet is a very strict diet and many steps have to be followed to make sure you are getting the most out of the diet. So just a little breakdown of what the diet is. It's a low-carb, high-fat diet, and the goal of following a mostly fats diet is to put your body into a state of ketosis. When the body uses carbs as its primary fuel, it stores that stored fuel is known as glycogen, but ketosis slowly switches that and switches the body's source of fuel into ketones, thereby using fats instead of carbs as your primary source of fuel. So here's a little breakdown of how the ketogenic diet is. So you want to take in at least 70 to 80% of fats, which is this yellow section right here. Proteins, you want to intake at least 20 to 25%, the orange section right here. And then carbs, like I mentioned before, this is a low carb diet, so it's about 5 to 10% of carbs incorporated into your diet. There are pros and cons of the keto diet. Some pros will be obviously it supports weight loss, which is probably the biggest one. Lowers cholesterol as well as lowers your blood pressure. Some cons of the keto diet is it requires an adaptation process, and that adaptation process can take a little while because everybody is different, and when your body has to switch its primary source of fuel from carbs to fats, it definitely can take a little while to get adjusted. And then also another con can be it puts bans or restrictions on other sources of food, such as your carbs. Carbs are extremely important in the individual's daily diet, and cutting that out is kind of putting a restraint on your equally spaced out food groups. And then I have some foods to eat and avoid at the bottom here. So foods you want to eat is kind of like meat, red meats, steaks, ham, sausage, some fatty fishes such as salmon and trout, some eggs, nuts and seeds like pumpkin and flax seeds, some cheese, avocados, just some suggestions. And then foods you want to avoid, these are very important in the keto diet. You want to avoid sugary foods such as soda, cake, candy, ice cream, grains and starches, that's obvious. You want to avoid bread, pasta, rice, cereal, and then all the fruits except for the berries such as strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. That kind of wraps up my presentation, but if anybody would like any more information on iron deficiency or the keto diet, there will be 2 attached handouts in this email for you guys to look at. And if you have any more questions, you can contact Nicole or Corey to get in contact with me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. Thank you very much and have a great day.